What makes all this money valuable? Hey and welcome to today's video. My name is Julian. On my channel, it's all about making you crypto fit, which means explaining what is cryptocurrencies, what is blockchain, what is decentralization, how do entrepreneurs work in this space, and a little bit of mindset about this. And today I want to talk exactly about this kind of mindset and explain a couple of things. It's something that I actually explain in great detail in this book, Cryptocurrencies Explained Simply. It's a concept that I think very, very few people understand. And it is this concept of what makes money valuable, because this is a topic that's not that easy for most people and it's not common sense. If we start with the first kind of money, then we start with these kind of things, little gold coins or little gold lumps. This is kind of the oldest money that we can kind of think of. So what does this gold coin give its value? I can't eat it, I can't drink it. Why is it valuable? And if we kind of break it down, we realize there's actually a few reasons why something can be seen as money or can be seen as a currency. It has to be durable. I think that's very, very straightforward. If the gold would kind of rot away, this wouldn't really work. It has to be kind of divisible. I need to be able to measure something else. In financial terms or in money terms, we call this that something can be a unit of account. So you can measure something somewhere else. This has to be transportable, a means of transport. I think that's very, very important. And the last one, and that's the most interesting one, is the store of value. The question though is, what kind of value is stored in this gold coin? If I can't eat it, I can't really use it. And let's think about this for a moment. What's the value that's stored in there? Why would I do some work and in return accept a coin of gold? The reason is because I trust that I could use this coin of gold with someone else as well. So money derives its value from trust. And that's the basic fundamental. If this trust broke down, suddenly money has zero value. And so now the question is, where does the trust come from? Well, if I take this gold coin, the trust comes from gold being very rare on this earth. It's quite a lot of work to dig it out. It's been trusted by people for thousands of years. So it's quite obvious that the shiny object is going to be obviously accepted by the next person. There's no one in control. Everyone could dig it out of the ground if you found something. There's no rules kind of to it. Gold is actually the most decentralized kind of currency that we have had for a very, very long time because no one was in charge. The only problem with gold is, well, I have this gold coin. If I would go now and want to buy some bread, I would somehow have to kind of cut this gold coin. Not too easy. And there's obviously some other problems as well with that. It could be taken away from you. But so at the end, it comes down to trust. So if we take all those Benjamins and we ask ourselves, why would I have $100 bills and what would make those $100 bills valuable? Well, in the end, only one party, in this case the Fed, can print this. So at the end, the trust is purely coming from the Fed. If I don't trust the Fed, if I don't trust the US economy, these bills are worthless. They're literally worthless because I can't do anything. And we see these in countries all around the world, be it Venezuela, be it in zones where there's war. We have this in Europe. You have this all over the world, in many countries in Asia. Suddenly you can't trust the money anymore because the centralized party that you have to trust is screwing up. And don't get fooled by this idea, which is still in the heads of some, that they think that, well, all these dollar bills are backed by gold. They're not. This is the fairy tale from a long, long time ago that stopped. So now the pure trust exists because it is. It's just because we sit there and we're like, well, this is what makes the most sense. And this is where we come, to me, to a currency or a form of money that I think going forward is going to have a huge amount of value in. And that's digital kind of money. It's money like Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. Money that's not controlled by anyone, money that could be created by anyone if you just participate and you're interested in generating consensus and you want to help out there. There is no centralized party. The trust there is in a community. It's in code. It's in cryptography. And this is where it gets a bit tricky. Because if I look at my gold coin, it's quite obvious, well, I have this little gold coin, I can carry it around, I own it, I have it. It's very straightforward. With my dollar bills, I can go and say, well, great, I have these dollar bills. I can trust the Fed, I can trust the central bank. They're not going to screw it up. But when I talk about cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, this is not that easy. Because I can't see a Bitcoin. I store them in wallets, or I store the private keys in wallets that control those coins. And this is always a bit tricky. And this is difficult, especially at the beginning, to understand. But here, if I had to just look at risks, so pure risk, and I would either have to put all my money into those dollar bills, or I would have to put all my money into Bitcoin. These are the only two options I would have. I had no other option. I couldn't split. That's it. I promise you, over the next 25 to 30 years, this digital money called Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency is probably going to outdo the other types of monies or currencies. And why? Because more and more people will trust this digital money. And with trust, there's more value in this money. We're completely new in this ecosystem. I think there's maybe 20 million, 30 million people around the world who have been holding some kind of cryptocurrency. Imagine when this becomes 200, 300 million people, 2 billion, 3 billion people. Suddenly there's so much more value in this type of money where no one can manipulate it, where the rules are completely transparent. And this is something that you should always think about. These are the really fundamentals when it comes to cryptocurrencies and the value of money. Now, this does not mean that today I hold 100% of my assets in cryptocurrencies. Not at all. Actually, I own around 10% of my money in cryptocurrencies. And you might be saying, well, why do you have 10% in cryptocurrencies when you're saying you should put it all in cryptocurrencies? No. I said if I had only those two options. There's so many other assets out there. There's so many other options and possibilities. And at the end, you need to diversify your risks. So don't put all your money in cryptocurrencies. But understand what actually gives value to money. And understand, going forward, how this value could be increased. And at the end, it comes down to trust. There's nothing else that gives gold or a dollar bill or Bitcoin value. I hope you get some value out of this. If you want to understand more of these things, get my book, Cryptocurrencies Explained Simply. It's number one. It's been in number one in Europe for a long, long time. In English, it's going all the way out. We have it in Russia, or we have it in Chinese, we have it in Japanese. I don't know, I think 15 different languages. I'll link it down below. Let me know what you think about this. Give me a thumbs up on this video. Drop me a comment down if you like this stuff, or if you have a question about this. And yeah, subscribe to the channel. I hope I'll see you at the next video. Yours truly, Julian.